And welcome to the Rondo. Back again. Come on. And it's a very special day. Not just because Liverpool beat Arsenal, but you know what I'm saying? It's your boy, AA, the host. It's my birthday, man. Come on. Another year, another blessing, man. Yeah?
Toast to Mr. Rondo himself.
Yeah, come on, man. Big love to everyone inside. All right, man. Okay, on today's agenda, hey, man, it's packed. We've started off with the FA Cup. We're going to do a roundup of the FA Cup and do a spotlight on the Arsenal and Liverpool game. Little smash and grab there, so I'm happy about that. Then we're going to do Rondos of the season. We're halfway through the season now. People are going to come with their major take on the season so far. We're going to then move on to least favourite and best genres of players. It was a little trend on Twitter. If any of our fans have been on the TR, I mean, most should be. Football Twitters, you know, is where it's at if it ain't the Rondo. So we're going to do a little of that. Everyone's going to come up with a couple. And then we're going to finish off with players who had a cold debut and then kind of fell off. Because we ain't had any Premier League ball, so we don't want to be doing too much in the FA Cup. Want to spice it up. So on today's podcast, you know, we got someone who ain't been... I don't think you've even been in this new studio, have you?
It's been a while.
So, you know, so firstly, I'll introduce, you know, Lesh, a.k.a. Kiko.
Yeah, man.
Strong supporter of Arsenal,
New signing, yeah. It feels good to be back.
How come you're not repping them, though?
Huh? Allegiances, isn't it? You feel me? But, yeah, man, it feels good to be back. You know what I mean? The Rondo's favourite member. You know what I'm saying? Formerly known as Clock and Keeks, but yeah, man.
Fair, it's fair. So it's Jamaica before Arsenal today.
Yeah, 100%.
Fair enough. I've got my guy, regular Man United boy, RM, telling something.
Come on, man.
Bro. Been a great... Are you happily repping United this week?
Hell no.
Did you guys play?
No, we're playing tomorrow.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Wigan. Big game for us.
No, fair.
Big game for us.
Isn't that a bit of a derby?
Huh?
Isn't that a bit of a derby?
I mean...
Yeah. These London Man United fans, they don't know. They don't know Manchester.
Like, geographically, yeah.
And we got our regular co-host, Jalen, in the building. Very happy guy today. I'm all right.
What's the question?
This guy just sipped his drink. Nothing to say, Jay. Okay. All right. So let's go straight into it. FA Cup game. Liverpool beating Arsenal 2-0 at the Emirates. I obviously enjoyed it, but I won't start off. But I think... Actually, no. I won't start off before that. But now, what a little smash and grab. You know, after Arsenal, I felt dominated large parts. I thought that they had a very good first half. Missed a lot of chances. A lot of big chances as well. But then Liverpool stayed in the game, as you do. And when you've got the quality that we have on the pitch, we are eventually going to score, which is what happened. And, you know, Arsenal ended up losing at home. And that is 3 losses on the trot. I think we'll start with, our returner in the building, Lesh. Start us off with thoughts on the game.
Thoughts on the game? I felt like it was a must-win game for Arsenal in terms of momentum, getting back on track. Obviously, before this, we hadn't won. I think we'd lost like our past 3 games or so. We hadn't, we've been on a bit of a losing.
3 games on the spin and no wins in 5
now. So I felt like it was a key game for us to win, to get back on track. Don't touch me. Get the momentum going again, get the squad going, get confidence back up into the squad. In terms of the starting lineup, it was okay. I would have loved to have seen Smith Rowe be starting again. I felt like in an FA Cup game, you know what I mean, you don't always have to be playing, your regular 11 and whatnot. So it would have been nice to see a rotation there. But he started Reece Nelson, which was good to see and whatnot. Started the game amazingly. I guess the one downfall came to, the major downfall in the side was that we just couldn't score. Obviously, Havertz was playing. Regular theme. Obviously, Havertz was playing. It was looking promising. Jalen was getting excited by the runs he was making and everything like that. But we just couldn't put the ball in the back of the net.
No, I couldn't.
And then I guess the thing that really, 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 really disappointed me today was the in-game management by Arteta.
Oh, okay. That was the most disappointing thing for you.
Yeah, 100%. I think at Klopp at half-time, he put Nunes onto the left. He kind of like switched around the positions of the front 3.
Yeah, we were better.
Because he noticed a few things. and then Liverpool looked a lot better in the second half. I think in terms of being a top tier manager, Arteta should have looked at the game and should have been like, I can see that we're creating chances, we're playing good football today, but we're not finishing it. So something needed to change up top. And that's where he should have... Havertz never looked like he was going to score at all in the game.
Yeah.
And I think that's where he should have made a change. Whether it is going with Trossard up front at the F9. We saw he did well there last season. He could have even... Obviously, Nketiah was an option in the on the bench. And even though he's not been, you know what I mean, the best in front of goal, I feel like you'd feel more confident with him on the end of chances than Havertz.
Okay.
And then even there's Martinelli as an option to go up front. So I feel like the in-game management there was just poor. Again, giving Smith Rowe 3 minutes to come on and try and make something happen, that's poor as well.
Cool.
And yeah,
I just want to focus your points there a little bit. What's your thoughts on Havertz? Obviously, Havertz has had some cameos at LCM, blown a bit hot and cold. He went up top today. Some people say in that sort of F9 position, people say it's his best position. And obviously, he showed a lot of good bits, but he didn't score. So what's your thoughts on him?
Let's not be entirely negative, yeah? I'm going to try and give a balanced opinion. Havertz, positives today, I think he showed what the team could be with a striker that makes good runs. I'll give him that. Yeah, I think he showed that. I think he showed that. Don't talk.
No,
Jalen's finally spoke. He's finally
No,
spoke.
do you know why? Because I was letting him run with it. Yeah, I was thinking, right, what? You're coming with a positive viewpoint after you told me that I'm not allowed to be positive after the game. And then not only that, but then you took the point that I made, and now you're making it yourself.
Well, it's not. Everybody could see today that Havertz was making good runs.
You said, allow it, man. You should have come off the pitch
You did say that about Havertz, yeah.
Because he couldn't finish. But as I said, he
So now
showed today.
now you're saying that when I said that, I could see a glimpse of what Havertz showed. Now you're making that point.
But the thing is,
disagreed with me in the
you
GC.
didn't give a balanced opinion straight
did I-
away.
how
after the game,
did I not give a
after
balanced
the game,
opinion?
the first thing you said is, "I can see glimpses."
I saw glimpses of what I will get from a
Yeah,
top
but you
striker.
didn't-
Which is
then
what
go-
you just said.
All right, guys. All right, let's bring it back. Moving on from Havertz. I want to talk about Bukayo Saka. So I know Lesh, you're a big fan of Saka. He is, he's been your talisman at times at Arsenal, and he's been a consistent top player in the side. Teta's got a lot of faith in him. I'm not gonna lie. Today, I don't know what it is, man. I don't know if it's the dye that he put in his hair. Maybe he should be listening to his Nigerian dad, because I know he didn't approve of that. But like, what's sort of happening with him? Because not maybe been in the best form, and I thought today, I thought he was the worst of the front three. I thought he should have come off. What's your thoughts on him?
First things first, it's clear to see that he's nursing an injury. We've heard rumours. We've heard rumours of this. We've had rumours. Are you going to let me talk? Are you going to let me talk?
I don't want to.
I'm not going back to shouting over each other.
Okay, go on.
First things first, we've heard rumours about this Achilles injury, which led to him rumours.
Go on.
You're not letting me talk.
All right, finish.
Which we saw that at some points after he took a knock, he had to go change his boots, whatever. So look. This then loops back to the management of the squad. Yeah, Arteta knowing when to take him off, when to take him out. Certain games he doesn't need to play X, Y, and Z. Yeah, Saka has not had the greatest of seasons so far. Obviously, in terms of stats and whatnot, he's got pretty decent stats, but in terms of output and what you're seeing on the eye, it's not been too good. He didn't play well today. I think Arteta made a mistake in keeping him on when Reece Nelson looked the more lively threat out of our two wingers today. But in terms of Saka's overall performances, I think it's been a consistent trend probably over the past 5, maybe 10 games, where it's like you see glimpses of what this guy can do and the player that he
Why
will
every
be.
time he plays bad, it's always about the injuries?
It's not every time, but it's just clear to see, and we hear the rumours
clear
that
to
he's.
see. What are you
He
talking
is.
about?
But he's
How
playing.
is it
Every
clear to
time he
see?
gets a knock, you see the Achilles.
Yeah,
clear
he
to
takes
see.
impact. Yeah, I can.
Which is why our club has had to come out and say this guy needs more protection. He's just getting used as a
So
player.
you're saying it's more the manager. You don't think the manager manages his is his health?
I think-
because why would he be playing him if he's always carrying
I
knocks?
saw something that like out of the past 100 Premier League games he's played in, all like 99 of them.
Salah and Mane used to play every game for us.
That's fine. That's
Saka is
normal, bro.
21 years old.
Who cares?
Okay,
and he's
sure.
been doing this consistently. Like, it's clear to see that he's nursing some type of knock. But if you want to take that out of the equation, I will happily. I'm a Saka stan. Yeah.
Okay.
From the beginning, I will happily hold my hands up and say, this guy has not been at his
see
best.
what you're saying.
He's not been at his best.
Okay.
And
All
let me
right.
finish. Yeah.
All right,
that
all
comes
right,
down again. It comes down to the man management of
No, it
Arteta.
doesn't. No,
it does.
I cut this guy off now, man. Hey,
we are going to come to you, but all right, fair. I hear what you're saying, but I do, and I do think Teta could manage him a bit better. But I do think we have to remember that Saka he's one of your highest earners. He's got he is, even though he's young, he's got a senior responsibility in the team. So
Bro, what
he's
level
gonna
do you
play
think
a
this
lot of
guy
games.
is?
Currently,
Yeah.
He's in the tier below the likes of the Mo Salahs, the Vinny Junior. He's not in that.
He's in the tier below.
Yeah.
So what does he need to do to get to that top tier?
Just has to be consistent.
It ain't happening.
He has to be. He has to be consistent. Like that game we saw against Man United last season, where he was
we need to
unplayable.
stop using that game. You know how long ago that was?
But
That was almost
that's an example.
That was
of his,
almost
let
a
me
year
land,
ago,
Let me
brother.
land.
When
that
has he last
game,
played
that
like
game
that?
against
Let him
Man
finish.
United, we just need to see that more consistently, where he's like the end product is there. He's taking on players. He's the main kind of like threat in our attack. That's what we have to see.
Yeah, we got a round up from you, like for 10 minutes in.
This guy's just...
Anyway,
I came to talk.
Yeah, fair.
So let me talk and let me
No, I'm
land.
gonna let you- I'm gonna
If
let you talk. I'm
you're gonna let me talk, let me land.
all
Say
right.
that.
Let's
The
move
time's
on.
done now, anyway.
All right,
No
Jalen.
clips.
Did you have any key talking points from the game before
Yeah,
I
I did. I wanted to
before I ask
respond.
you a couple of key things? Yours is going to be a little bit more focused.
Yeah, I'm gonna. That's a fire, by the way.
Wait, what? Let's just wait.
Because he's unfocused all the time. He's giving you. He's giving you. He's giving you tips. He's giving you tips.
He's giving you tips. He's giving you tips. Go on. But yeah,
Go
no,
on, stick to the plan.
I feel like the primary responsibility for the loss today that you're giving Arteta is extremely unfair. I think a lot of the criticism that he's been given recently is down to the tactics and the freedom that the players are apparently not given on the pitch. Today, he took the leash off. Bro, all of them had the freedom to play. He put them in roles that made sense for them. That excuse is now gone. And they still did not produce. So at the end of the day, when are you going to hold the players accountable? How can that be? Like, you can talk about in-game management. Yeah, cool. That was one of the problems. But that was not the main issue today, bro. Before we got to the point of the 60th minute where you should have been making substitutions, we should have been 3 or 4-0 up.
Bro.
And it's not the first time. So, like, my problem is, yeah, he said Reece Nelson has been, or he was the best, the best out of the front three, or he was more of a threat than Saka, yeah? But do you trust that if he stayed on the pitch, something would have changed?
It's about making the
missed-
right.
No, no,
It's
I
about-
hear that, I
it's
hear
about
that.
me. Let
No,
me
no,
land.
no,
Let
but-
me land. You can't
no,
let me
but
talk and then
before
start
you-
talking.
before you
What are you
answer, though.
doing?
No,
That's
no,
not
no.
how. That's not how you
No,
come
no,
across.
but wait,
Calm down.
wait, No, I don't care. But wait. I don't care.
All right, go
I don't
on.
care. Go on, answer.
All I was gonna say is that as a manager, it's about making the right decisions. Yeah, you've got one player who it doesn't look like it's happening, and then you've got another player who looks like he's cooking something. At least you keep on the player that's cooking. At least, bro. At least that's what you have to
fine.
do.
But if we're talking about primary responsibility, yeah, do you think Arteta trusts these players to make something happen? And do you feel
He
like
signed these players. He signed Havertz.
listen, Lesh?
This is part of the problem
Let
as
me
well.
explain something.
Calm
Let me
down,
explain
guys,
something
calm
to you.
down,
You see when you have you see when you stand certain players in the team, yes. For example, a lot of Arsenal fans want like Smith Rowe to get more minutes. You want Trossard to get minutes in the 9 or whatever it is. You want Nelson to stay on the pitch. Bro, what have these men done to earn that? What have they done to earn that? Smith Rowe, yeah, cool. He might get 10-minute cameos here. I agree. He should have 100% got more minutes today. But whenever he started a game this season, or even he's come off the bench for 20, 25 minutes, whatever it is, he's never done anything memorable. He has not earned
fair
that.
enough.
Regardless of what he done 3 years ago, who cares?
Alright, let me tell you something, yeah? I think today we saw the difference between Klopp and Arteta. Firstly, in terms of in-game management, and then also in terms of the ability to utilise your squad, and players come in and they're not just cold
make a
off the
difference.
shelf. Klopp, the way he's, over the past couple of seasons, the way he's utilised the like of Shimikas, who can come in and do a job, Joe Gomez, he keeps warm here and there so that when it comes to playing in certain games, he can come in and do a job. The front three, even though Gakpo didn't have his best game or Nunes didn't have his first game, it's never like they're just isolated or on the shelf to the point where when they come in, it's like, wow, this guy looks rusty. He keeps them warm for the like when it's their opportunity to come in and shine, they can do that. The likes of Harvey Elliott's and whatnot. That's the difference, bro.
I hear what you're saying, but I do think
good point.
when Jalen makes his point, well, you probably want to make
obviously the difference is the type of players that Klopp is rotating right now. I don't think any of them have really been able to hold down a position within that team. It's easier to rotate that type of side. Like you're not gonna tell Smith Rowe to come in and replace, let's say like an Odegaard or replace him because he hasn't earned that, bro. He doesn't come on that.
One of the things she was arguing today is that players have to come in and earn a spot. So who's earned their spot this season in Arsenal?
The first 11, in my opinion, have more credit over the last 12 months than someone like Smith Rowe. What's he done over the last 12 months?
How does Havertz have more credit?
What do you mean? How does he have more credit? Smith Rowe has not been fit for majority of the season. So
Yeah,
how's he gonna get a run of games?
more credit?
He doesn't.
You're not understanding the point, bro.
Explain.
Oh my gosh!
Explain.
Listen already. Yeah, Havertz has easily scored more goals than him. That's the first thing.
He's played more.
He's played more because he's been fit. That's my point.
But has he played well?
Again, let me ask you a question.
No, but has he played well?
Wait.
No,
Let me
has
ask
he
you.
played well?
Bro, he's had better
Has he
performances.
played well?
He's had better performances.
Has he played well?
Yes. But you're not listening.
Has
he earned his spot?
You're not listening, bro. You're not listening.
Let him speak.
As I said, has he had better performances than Smith Rowe? The answer is yes. Regardless of whether the performances are good enough for Arsenal, no, they're not.
Fair
But
enough.
they have been better than Smith Rowe, yes or no?
Has Smith Rowe had
Yes
a
or no?
chance?
Yes, he has. Bro, the guy played in the everybody eats game and he didn't do nothing. He kept him back the hatchery that game. You know he started that game. He didn't stand out, bro. He got taken off the pitch.
You know you're not making sense.
How does that not make sense?
You know you're not
bro?
making
How
sense.
does that
So
not make sense?
you're gonna sit here and say that Havertz has earned a starting spot.
Guys,
I don't think anyone's a starting spot off the bench.
guys, I
Those
don't
type
really
of
want to
players
talk
there
about
don't really make
Havertz,
sense.
ECR. I don't feel like they're key talking points from the game.
My problem is that he's saying that I agree with you in terms of the in-game management. Yeah, I think you can see Klopp this season has been better in terms of his in-game management. Let's not forget, this is something that he's only just started to improve in, by the way. I was been complaining about his in-game management for like the last 2-3 seasons.
Yeah.
So someone that is so far into like their managerial careers only just like gained that like ability to do that and actually do it effectively. And then you're now getting onto Arteta for not being able to do that now.
I think there's 2 points there, and I'll come in because we're speaking about Klopp now. Is number one, I think let's also talking about his general squad rotation. He thinks is better, and then I think the thing is a lot of Arsenal fans have put Teta on this pedestal and started comparing him to the likes of Pep and Klopp, and that's why. Then you have to talk about where the difference is. I feel like if Arsenal fans were a little bit more easy in their ratings of Teta, I feel like a lot more neutral fans and even Arsenal fans themselves would just calm down and give him a bit more time, because I do think Teta's doing a really good job, and he is going to make mistakes, and we see him make mistakes, but it's his first job. But then you want to put him and compare him to big dogs in the game. So then this is what happens.
That's my question.
And you did that, by the way, and your boy Ish.
I did what?
You put Teta on the levels of Klopp at the start of this season.
In terms of what exactly, though?
You said right now Teta and Klopp are same level. In fact, I've got Teta ahead.
Yeah, right now I still have that.
Bro, first, it's not looking like it.
I still make that shot.
It's not looking like it. So right now you still think Teta's better than Klopp?
I still believe that. I'll sit here and I'll say that.
Wait. Let me check it right here.
I still believe that. Yeah, let's go, Rondo.
The results on the pitch don't say
You
that.
don't say that.
They don't have to say that though. They don't have to say that right now.
Okay, so you still feel like Teta. Why do you feel like Arteta's better than Klopp?
I said on the last episode.
Rondo started. Where's those lights?
I said on the last episode, I already believe that Klopp this season is getting more credit because of how he underperformed last season. Yes or no?
Slightly, yeah.
Yeah, and that's why I believe that right now it's like, cool, Teta's gone 3 games without a win. But in reality, if Arteta still finishes above Klopp this season, are you going to say that Klopp has had a better season than him?
If Arteta finishes above him.
No.
Yeah.
No,
Like, let's say
no.
you lot have a title challenge, yeah? Let's say Arsenal finish second, Liverpool finish third, which is still very possible.
Yeah.
Because you're not, like, we're basically still
Liverpool are
in the same
likely
place.
to win a trophy, like whether
Yeah,
it's the
it depends.
Carabao
I was
or
just
something.
about
I
to
have a
say,
Carabao
it
Cup,
depends on
but,
trophies.
but again, do you know the reason why they're happy and they're satisfied with a domestic cup is because they underachieved last season. Because if you ask Ayo, hold on, Lesh, let me ask you. I asked Ayo at the start of every single season. No, I'm not, because I ask you, Ayo, I asked you at the start of every single season, yeah. What's your aim for the season? What's your expectation? Yeah. Before this season, your answer was always a major. If you don't win a major, that's a
Before
failure.
this season?
Yeah.
No, that's not what I said. I said
What
challenge.
are you talking about?
No, I said challenge this
Yes,
season.
I'm talking about as in the seasons that have gone.
Oh yeah, the
The
seasons,
seasons
that have gone.
you always say
Yeah.
a major is a failure.
But
Yes or no?
But we've rebuilt now. We've
Yes,
rebuilt
but
the
that's
whole
what I'm
midfield.
saying. Because he underperformed last season, now your expectations have changed.
We did underperform last season, but we had to. We did underperform last season.
I told you I don't
but we
buy
did-
this whole
but we
rebuilding
did-
thing.
Are you
because
going to let
haven't
me
lost-
speak, or is it just you?
Go on, lad.
We did underperform last season, but because of last season, and even before last season, we needed to rebuild the midfield. We've done that now, so I can't really expect having the whole midfield rebuilt, a couple of other areas come in, we need a major. The team's very different from the team with all of those greats, in my opinion, that we had before. So I feel like challenge, and then next season I want to see a major.
I believe he's getting away with murder because of his underperformance last season. And as I said,
So you think Liverpool must win a major this season?
I'm saying the reason he's going to get away with that is because he underperformed
but he
last
rebuilt
season.
the whole midfield.
So did we. Literally.
No,
That's
you
what I
didn't.
explained to you.
But
I said
no,
this
you
last
didn't.
episode.
But you man did it by choice.
You
What do you mean
probably
we did it
did.
by
by
choice?
choice.
So what did these man do it?
What do you mean you rebuilt the Is Odegaard still not there?
Odegaard's there.
Yeah, exactly.
Is Jones not there from last season?
That's a bit
Oh,
different.
come on. It's the same.
That's a bit different.
How's it
Jalen,
different?
man,
How's it
Jalen.
different? How's it
It's
different?
so different.
Jones
How's
is
it
just
different?
coming into the side
Odegaard's like the
as
main-
an assured star.
He was there last season.
Yeah, but he's
I
just
don't
coming
get
into
it.
the side
But
as an
Odegaard
assured
is like the
star.
staple of your midfield.
Odegaard is
so-
a staple in your midfield.
Who cares? It's
What
like for
do you
like
mean,
roles that you're
Who
replacing.
cares? You're just making
No,
stuff
no,
up.
hold on,
About
no,
who
no,
cares?
Do you know why I said it's different though? Because last week, obviously, I know I don't know if you watched the episode last week, innit? But I made the point that the way we've had to rebuild our midfield, like Rice has come in and he hasn't been a like-for-like switch. Same with whoever's playing in left centre mid. I know that's
But that's
obviously a
Arteta's
decision.
fault.
I know that's a decision that he's made. But Liverpool have rebuilt their midfield with
But
like-for-like
that's
switches.
no.
It's
But
okay, it's like- it's gonna be
Liverpool,
easy, it's a smoother track. That's not a rebuild,
Liverpool
is it?
had to replace 3 aging starting midfielders. Yeah, you only had to replace
Three
one.
agents
I'm
starting midfield.
rounding up this
And they
rondo.
all left.
We're 20 minutes in and we've only
Yeah,
spoken
and you
about
didn't get
Arsenal.
there.
You had to
And
replace
didn't get
one.
there. You didn't
You
get
had to
there.
replace one. The other one
do
you
you
chose to replace was by choice.
Yes.
What was that?
You only had to replace
Wait, what was
Saka.
that? No,
Replacing
he wanted
Partey
to
was-
leave, bro.
That's
That's what
fine.
I'm
That's what I'm
saying.
saying. So you only had one player to
I said-
replace.
What do you
Xhaka.
mean we had?
You only had Xhaka to
So,
replace.
okay, so
But
but
Partey's
then
got
if you didn't replace Partey, you man would be saying, but you should have planned for this and da da da.
No,
Yeah, fair.
Of course it was enforced. What are you talking
let
about?
the agenda happen. You can't
Anyway.
Just before you move on, I
don't
want to
think
give one
he's
of your
focused,
players
though.
one prop, yeah?
Yeah.
Curtis Jones.
Okay.
Curtis Jones for England.
I swear,
Bro,
England.
this guy, yeah,
I like that.
Curtis
stuff.
Jones, yeah,
CJ.
I think he's quietly having an amazing season, yeah? And I
like
think
this.
he's become the staple for your LCM position.
Yeah.
And I think he's become a staple in your midfield, if I'm being honest, yeah? And let me tell you about Curtis Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I like this.
You see me, I'm like, personally, what I like to look for in terms of like a centre midfielder, me and Jalen, we go back and forth about this a lot, yeah? I like when you have the technical ability where it's like you can receive the ball in a tight area
Yeah.
and then maneuver and then distribute your pass.
Okay.
Curtis Jones takes the ball under pressure, can do jinky majinky or whatever, and then distribute his pass.
Yeah.
I think he has good decision making as well, can get up and down the pitch. And I think he's very, very comfortable on the ball. He's got dribbling as well. I think the next step for him is to kind of like push on and be able to kind of like take games by the scruff of the neck and
Do you
become
think
like
he's got
a bit
that
of
to
a...
him?
I think he's got something. I think he's got something. I think he's got
player for no
something.
reason.
But Curtis Jones for England, man, I think he's
Oh,
a very good player.
you think he should be in the England squad?
Yeah, everybody's talking about Gallagher and this person and that person. Curtis Jones.
I like that.
No,
I
let me-
think he'd be a good addition for the England squad. I don't know about taking games on the scruff of the neck as much as I love Jones. I don't know. I kind of see him doing that sort of Ronaldo sort of role
That's
for
nice
us.
for him.
Profile,
Yeah, that's very nice for him. Yeah. I think that's it. But Ronaldo didn't take the games by the scruff of the neck for us. He was just like sort of consistent 7, 8 out of 10 every week. I think Jones has got that to him because you think of his fundamentals: excellent counter press, ball
I think-
retention. Like
Is that
like you
based
could
on
dream of.
today that you come and said?
No, I've been saying this.
cool. I was just
I feel like today he was. I
Didn't think
don't
he had a
think he
great
was
game today.
particularly amazing today. He was actually quite good when he went into the 6. But I don't think he was amazing today. In fact, I thought we're gonna move on to Liverpool now. I need to talk.
No, I
quickly
was
on
gonna
this
say,
game.
bro. There's
I
still-
thought our midfield today.
After that, though, we got a couple
was
more.
trash.
Bro, I didn't see them.
And I feel
I didn't see them on the pitch.
Off the back of that, yeah, I feel like so we had Endo come in as the understudy of McAllister and do better than him. I can't lie, I feel like the time has come. McAllister needs to come out of the 6. Just play him in the 8. When I think about him in the 6 right now, off the ball, he doesn't give a lot. He's not a tackler. He's not a big physical presence. And on the ball, I think he's he's too vertical and tries to take too many risks for the 6, so you don't even really get what you think you would get in terms of deep line playmaking. You compare him to Jorginho today, big difference in terms of temperament and ball retention. So for me, just play Jones there till Endo's back, because at least Jones keeps it simple. It's very hard to get the ball off Jones, and he's a bit more of a physical presence. I don't want to see Mac in the 6. That first half performance, Jesus Christ. And to be honest, our midfield struggled till about the 55th minute. So I think that's my first major point. My second major point, Diaz and Nunes. You two, man. You two are two ugly ducklings, bruv. Ugly duckling twins. I can't with you two. With Diaz, I got a little bit more faith that one day you can become a swan. Nah. With Nunes, I really don't know. Every other week, I don't know if he's going to be an ugly duckling for life or whether he's going to turn into a swan one day. Because I think with those two, throughout the whole game, they have that raw talent where they were able to create a lot in transition, create a lot of chaos, still keep us in the game, still have a lot of like good attacking.
Ben White pocketed Luis Diaz, by the way.
Not really. Well, did Diaz score?
In the first half.
Did Diaz score?
Oh yeah, when he went to the other side.
Okay.
Against Jalen's boy Kiwior.
Yeah. Anyhow. But yeah, I think with those two, I think I need them to give me a little bit more while Salah's out, because I'm not liking this lack of quality with their final action, because it's not going to be good enough every day. Because I feel like even though we did take the game and we won it 2-0, which is beautiful, I feel like even earlier we could have kind of knocked the stuffing out of Arsenal. I didn't expect Arsenal to keep on missing, but they really did just keep on missing, and then we were able to sort of get into the game.
Just saying that, you see when you're gassing that Klopp's in-game management, the only reason we're sitting here doing that is because of us. You know that, innit?
It is because of us. But he made the change at half time.
No, what I'm saying is that even though he made the changes, the chances for us didn't stop. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, they got a couple more chances.
It dried up in the second half. It dried up.
No. But it didn't dry. We still had a good amount of chances. It's just when you compare it to the amount that we had in the first half, it was less, but it was still a high amount.
But I feel like it was even in the second half. After
You man had your
when
chances.
he made the
But I'm
subs,
saying-
I feel like it was just an end-to-end game.
But I'm saying the reason that we're
chance for us, chance for you.
But again, the reason that we're sitting here and we're giving like props to him is again because of us. We missed the chances, bro.
Well, yes,
So it's
because
like-
of you. But then at the same time, we still did better after he made the subs. Like, we
did
got
better, but-
chances. We weren't getting chances
obviously,
before.
Bro, I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
But like, if I look at, obviously, I just want to just a couple more points on Arsenal before we move on.
Oh my God, bro.
Two points.
Are you okay?
No. Because he did. No, because obviously, let's go
on
in
the
time.
Liverpool segment and he's coming, bro. It's 20 minutes
Man,
out,
I'm
man.
bored. I'm not
Have
gonna
you got
lie.
anything else to say for Liverpool?
Yeah, I've got a couple more points to say about
A
Liverpool.
couple more, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. We'll let you land and then I'm gonna just say my closing piece.
Okay, say nothing.
Right.
This is
Come
like
in,
Why
Liverpool,
does he
yeah.
get the closing piece?
I don't know why.
Because let's spend 10 minutes talking about
Let's give it to him.
ourselves, innit?
Like, how can I not speak on Liverpool when Klopp tried to throw the game, bring on 2 academy boys, and we still won?
That's embarrassing.
And we still won. Hey,
That's
you guys,
embarrassing.
in fact, you can speak on that if
That
you
was
want.
actually what I was
How
gonna-
we bring
no,
on
that
two
was actually
academy?
my
How we
point.
bring on 2 academy boys to try and throw the
That's
game,
literally-
and we end
You
up
got
winning
more
the game.
control of the game
We
after
got
that.
we got even more control after that. Hey,
embarrassing,
nah,
I'm
I
not
can't
gonna
lie.
lie.
That was crazy. But I think the other key point that I wanted to speak on is how key I feel like. Wait, I've even forgotten, man. Jay's made me forget my point. Hey, Jay, comment and then I'll remember.
No,
man.
I was gonna say on the academy point. Cause
Yeah.
that's actually what I wanted to ask Les. Yeah, like a lot of the fans are saying that Teta doesn't really bring you through, or he doesn't play enough of the academy boys. Yeah, but when I was driving on the way here, I was just deep in like we've actually built a squad that's basically the youngest average age like within the league. So does he not deserve credit for that as well, or is it just a thing where you just don't rate the fact that he's playing the academy boys?
The thing is, he's built that, but in terms of like the academy boys that he inherited, obviously like Saka's gone on to do major things, obviously, but like obviously like Smith Rowe, it looks like he's kind of stagnated as well. And I think one thing that Arsenal fans like about the club a lot is the ability to kind of like bring through youth players and like see them like come in
I
for
think he
cup
could give him a bit
games
more chance.
and stuff like that. And obviously like as Arsenal fans, you hear a lot about the Nwanweris, Lewis Scully's, all these different types of players. Obviously Rule Waters has been on the bench quite a lot.
Yeah.
And I just think that like he keeps them there. And then obviously like in that Champions League group stage game, the last game where it didn't really mean much, he didn't even like play one of them.
Cool. So you say that, yeah?
Oh
But
no,
then-
you're gonna come with a counterpoint for that.
No,
That's gonna be another 5 minutes.
No, but earlier, yeah, he said that Arteta doesn't rotate the squad enough, and the players aren't like fresh off the shelf
Yeah.
innit, when they come into the. So if he's playing the academy boys ahead of those like fringe players, How are they going to be fresh when they come off the bench?
That's a good point.
No,
but he's not coming back to that.
can do
Anyway,
both.
move on. Now remember my Liverpool point.
That's such a
I
terrible.
just want to talk about Konate was.
bad.
Konate was.
No, but
Konate was.
if he's saying
It's
it's terrible,
it's a good point. It's a good point. It's a good point. It's a good point.
Why is it not good?
Anyway,
Let them land.
No, bro. We're
No, you have to let them
bro,
land.
We're 30 minutes in.
you're saying this- no, but
and
I
it's
wanna
been
know
20
why you
minutes.
think
And
that's
it's
Because you
been
can do both. There's managers that have managed. Like, you're acting like this is some impossible thing. That's never happened.
It's binary, innit? It's binary.
When the academy rotates,
It's
binary.
binary.
No one's ever
That
managed
is
to
true.
do
You can
this.
do a bit of both.
Bro.
but
Like, I
you
feel like you man had a game in the Champions League. You didn't play no.
No,
like,
but that's the game I'm talking about, though. That's what I'm trying to
but just
say.
play your
But bro,
academy boys for that and
there's 11
rotate
players.
another
Like,
No,
he's given
no
minutes.
one's suggesting the 11 players have to be all
But my thing
academy
is, yeah,
or
if he
all
got,
bench
no,
players.
but my
Like,
thing is, yeah, you see how like another manager wouldn't play like bare like 24-year-olds in the same time, and as Arsenal fans, yeah, the reason that we lost out on the league was also due to inexperience, yeah. And guys are saying, oh, we should play academy boys in this game or that game, bro. The guys that are young in the team now, it's like we forget that these guys are like between the age of 20 and 25, and they're all playing.
so
But moving on, I think it's a good point from yourself, Jalen. But moving on, yeah. I just wanted to talk about Konate, the man of the match today. I feel like again, he was so assured at the back after being sensational in the reverse fixture at Anfield. And I just want to point out, because I thought Saliba as well was really good. He had a lot of 1v1. I thought he was good, yeah.
I think he's a bit shaky.
Nah, he faded a little
Saliba
bit in
was
that. I don't think it was too bad. Obviously, like Nunes had a chance on his
I
side,
thought
which he
he
got
was
through.
on the ball as well. He was a bit shaky.
Nah, I feel
no?
like he was fine on the ball.
Do you know
But
why
I
this
thought
is
Saliba showed a lot of good 1v1 actions against Nunes, and he's overall a fantastic defender. And I think, just thinking about the two, it made me just think that Deschamps has to start these two as the starting two centre-backs for France. I know it's a bit of a
That
different
doesn't
point
fill
from
me
the
with
game,
confidence.
but I don't know what you're talking about, but I just feel like the two of them would be such an excellent centre-back pair. And I feel like Konate is often forgotten about because of how amazing Van Dijk's been. But when you talk about 1v1 defending, channel defending, there's nobody better. Saliba's capable of that as well, but I feel like he's also a little bit more of the assured type, doesn't always
Reads
go
to play
quite
better.
front foot and aggressive. I feel like as two pairings, France basically have their two centre-backs for a
think
generation.
the
So I
only-
really want to see them start to play together more for the national team. Deschamps, pattern up.
The only issue is though is that they both play on the right.
Yeah, but
Do
you're
you feel
telling
like,
me,
do you
you're
feel
telling
like
me
they
someone
both?
like
No,
Saliba's
'cause you
not
know
capable of
but
playing on the
some-
left.
No, it's not even that. I just think some centre halves like they're just left comfortable on the left hand side.
I would
in terms
say
of the relationship between them.
Yeah, I would say Konate is that type. He's a little bit unorthodox, shall we say, on the
Yeah,
ball. And,
I don't
and
think
what.
he'd be able to
But
play
I
on
feel
the
like
left. Saliba should be
Saliba
alright.
playing on the left, he's fine. For a man of his size, like when you talk about him on the ball,
I think-
he's very capable.
I don't know.
Hey,
though,
hey,
but again, it's like Konate's come away with man of the match here, but again, like we should have been 4-0 up. Like, so I understand
didn't-
he played
you
well.
didn't, though,
No, but
yeah.
that's what I'm trying to say. So it's like every time I look at a game, yeah, and obviously this is the one thing that I don't think we made a point on yet, but our three like number 9 options, yeah, Havertz, Gabriel Jesus, and Nketiah is like Eden and Eddie, bro. Like you're choosing like the lesser of like the two evils, isn't it? It's like it's just you're looking at it, and yes, Havertz done like a couple good things today in terms of like his running off the ball. Eddie, like obviously I don't know what his redeeming qualities are, unless maybe you can talk about that. Jesus, again, you get excited about like his link up play, his dribbling, but bro, like a striker should be able to do everything that those three are good at individually. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, it's a disgrace that we have to choose one from those three, and we're choosing like the worst one, and then we're guessing what he's. The bar is just
Yeah,
in the hell.
you guys
Man.
need a striker.
You know what I
guys
mean?
need a striker to go to that next level. Can Arsenal win the league?
Nah,
Oh, right.
I'm off. I've changed my stance.
You've been yes.
No, because it's happened too many times now.
that finishing is that the
it's
difference?
happened too many
It's
times.
just-
And personally, I don't want the club to rush now and panic, because that number 9 signing is so crucial to taking us to like the next level. I don't feel like if we panic now and go spend 80 mil, 100 mil on Ivan Toney, that anything's gonna change. In all
Okay,
honesty.
fair enough. You want to take time with
hear
it,
it.
really scan the market.
Yeah,
The only thing that I would say, see, like when Wenger had these problems, you're always saying, "Oh, Arsenal are 9 away, or we're a DM away from winning the league." I have full faith that Arsenal will 100% sign a striker by the end of summer. That's why I'm not worried longer term. But in the short term, I don't think we win the league.
Okay, fair enough. All right, cool. Moving on to Rondos of the season. Finally, Raph, I'm going to ask you first if you got one prepared. Doesn't look like you do. But I feel like you haven't been able to speak, and we're like halfway through the pod right now.
bit bored.
Cool. Talk to me. What is your Rondo of the season? These are you guys already know about the Rondos, our audio and visual listeners. These are the hot takes.
Do you know
so
what
we're
it is?
halfway through the season, so we want to hear it from the cast that we've got in today?
I don't have any because all my rondos turned out true. Like, I can't be. I've been
Oh no,
proven
you
right on
definitely
everything.
have. You said that you think that Gallagher should be in the England starting 11.
Potentially, yeah.
Yeah, I can't. That's
In and
that's a
around,
Rondo.
in and around, in and around, in and around.
Should he be starting or not?
It's hard to say because obviously, no.
You're backed up. It's
There's
not Rondo.
that third spot is a bit like it's just you pick whoever gives you the best balance. I think it's not like there's one standout player.
Okay.
It's like I think Gallagher's a nice player. He gives you good balance. Can play whatever role really.
Okay, fair enough. But you
I
think
like
he's
him
been
there.
really good this season?
Yeah. I think Gallagher's been really good this season.
Fair enough.
I'll take him at
But you
United.
kind of backed out of the Rondo.
No,
Any
no,
man
no,
got
no.
any good Rondos of the season?
I got one. He won't like it though.
I got one.
He won't like it.
All right, what is it? What is it?
I think the main reason why Arsenal haven't performed as well this
Not
season
Arsenal. Come on then.
is £105 million man.
You think it's Rice?
Yeah, 100% is Declan Rice.
Why is that? That's
100%.
Rondo. I feel like he's been good.
100%. No. Declan Rice individually. Declan
Rondo
Rice
is
himself
I can't
individually
believe
has
it's more
been.
Rondo. You got like 2 minutes though. I'm tired of hearing about Arsenal, man. We have other fans.
Individually, he's been very good, yeah. But he's ruined the dynamics of the entire team. He's genuinely ruined it.
Oh, okay.
Like-
Why do you think that?
Bro, the whole point of Arsenal, yeah, last season is that it was good build up, quick build up, and now you got this guy that's labouring. He gets the most important position, and he don't say Scott McTominay. Bro,
Oh, man. So you think on the ball he's held Arsenal
yeah,
back?
man. It's like, bro, you only have to look at firstly West Ham going up and up and up and up and up.
Yeah.
Arsenal going, bro.
Fairs.
What's
But
happened?
don't you think maybe it's because Arsenal haven't brought in an LCM next to him that can, allow them to be as good going forward as they are usually?
I mean,
Because if you
yeah.
looked at him today next to Jorginho, Arsenal's midfield was popping.
If you take like last season's Arsenal team and you do the same team but Rice instead of Partey,
Yeah.
do you think that's a better team?
But that's not the
Because
point.
I don't.
bro.
No,
That's
it is
not
the point.
I feel
is the point.
like it might be alright because Jacques and Odegaard got enough ball playing.
Nah, listen,
Nah.
the reason that Rice has been brought into the team is so that you can play someone that's more attack-minded in the LCM role. That doesn't have to defend as much. So like, kind of like a Fernandinho.
So what was
with,
Havertz for then? I
No,
thought
but
that's what Havertz is for.
he's a fake midfielder, bro. We're talking about when I say that, I'm talking about
But that's
someone,
not why Arteta bought him.
someone like
That's
Smith Rowe.
that is your justification.
But someone that he
for it.
trusts obviously a bit more.
That's
what
your
he's been bought for.
No. That's your. No, he's not. That's
Yeah, it
your.
is, bro.
No. He's clearly been bought to play number 6.
Because no, I'm not saying he's not been bought to play number 6. I'm saying
You just said he's been bought to play LCM.
I said
No,
he's been
it's number
bought to play
six,
the
so
Fernandinho
a more
role.
attacking mind
So
in
more
LCM.
attack-minded left centre mid and right centre mid can both coexist.
Yeah,
That's the
and
point.
I'm saying that's ruined the dynamics of the entire
No,
team.
it hasn't because we don't have that person yet. That's my point. Like,
You
how does
do.
that make sense?
You
bro?
do. You do. Have
You
him.
think it's Havertz?
You do have him. Yeah, he's just rubbish.
Okay, anyway, man.
Okay.
like,
Anyway, moving on. Jalen, what's yours?
I want to talk about De Zerbi still.
Okay.
I want to talk about De Zerbi.
Wait.
Speak facts. Speak
Wait,
facts.
Let me hear it.
Nah.
And when we see if the Rondo's on.
I don't know what the title or headline of this would be. I just think that the criticism that he's come under to me this season is being unwarranted. Like when you actually look at when you're talking about like the injury crisis in terms of
Yeah.
like all the teams of what they've had, he's probably been at like the worst end of it. And I feel like a lot of people are saying, De Zerbi, his tactics are this, his tactics are that. At the end of the day, he plays a very like specific system that players obviously have to build into. But I saw someone make a point earlier, like his left back is a centre half that he's playing as a makeshift right now. He's having to play James Milner as a makeshift left back. Well, I don't even know if it's makeshift because that's basically his position, innit? But even the right back that he's having to play right now is actually a centre mid that's from the academy, innit? So I think if we dive deeper into it, like I still feel like De Zerbi could 100% succeed at like a top side and still deserves that move. But at the end of the day, at Brighton, I feel like this is kind of the cap of where, like, it's the ceiling of where he's able to go, just under there.
Where Brighton in the league?
They're just below United.
They top their Europa League group, innit?
And they're 7th, aren't they?
Yeah.
I think he's doing well given what's happened.
Yeah, I think it's about as far as
You think about the pivot got sold
But
as
do you
well?
think he's at his ceiling in terms of like his managerial ability or just in terms of what he can do at Brighton?
I think it's a bit of both. I think there's a lot of naivety in his game that would get exposed at the top level.
You think so?
I don't-
with
I don't
with better players.
Yeah, but you'll have better players at your disposal. What you're gonna have bigger challenges as well.
I think you got to give him the chance with better players. I do understand what you're saying, but I think you got to give him the chance with better players. You got to think of, imagine Pep at a lower level club? Is it going to be all that different? Because you think about City do take risks on the ball. Big teams do take risks on the ball in their half. And if the players weren't as good, they would get caught a lot more than they do. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I think
Like he's got Belabor.
Yeah, but I
he's
think one
his name.
of the big differences from like managing that level to the top level is being able to adapt and being able to kind of know when you need to park your ideas and know when you just need to grind
Like,
out
he's
for
De
results.
Zerbi
he's have
plays
to
the
do that,
same
though.
way against Man City,
It doesn't
Arsenal,
matter.
as he would against like the lower.
And you
like,
can't do
he
that.
does.
You
Yeah,
can't
but-
do that.
But the thing is, that's what I'm trying to say. Like,
Even
if he-
Pep wouldn't do that.
But if he goes,
I'm
no,
not
No,
sure.
Pep did it the first season and then he patterned himself up.
no, but Ref,
Well, that's what I'm saying. He hasn't got the chance to learn at the big level.
But the thing is, yeah, again, this goes back to like what Brighton's aims are in it, because he's not really at a club that's aiming to obviously win a Premier League or to finish, top 4 back to back.
Yeah.
Realistically, he's got the license really to play whatever football he wants, as long as he's keeping a mid-table. That's his expectation, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think this season he's focused obviously on the Europa League. He's always played his strongest side, and that we know that he likes to rotate a lot. They finished top of their Europa League group. I think his main aim for the season is how far can you go in that European competition. I think the league, as long as they finish, or as long as they don't get relegated, really, like no one's really going to be looking at Brighton and saying, you know what.
Well, I think
what does every day do
given
well?
himself, he probably wants to finish top half. Like,
Yeah, I
given
mean,
where he
but
the conversations he wants to
again,
be
I
had.
always say like the difference between like finishing 8th and finishing 12th does it really make a big difference in the context of what's actually happened between
Yes.
the mid-table sides?
Yes.
Does it though? Really?
Look at Chelsea, look at United.
Yeah, I think
yes.
so. In terms of the ratings that he'll get,
I don't think it makes a big difference.
you're not
personally.
going to get.
No,
not
but I'm
a lot
saying
of
obviously-
managers have finished 15th and got a top 6
No, but what
job.
I'm
I
trying
think
to-
Zazabi wants a top 6
What I'm
job, so
trying
he
to-
needs to keep them
No,
in that.
but
top
again,
half.
I'm
I think he'll
assuming.
get a top 6 job.
Where?
And
Why can't
bro,
he?
what do you mean?
Your
Then?
Yeah, but why not though?
Football's very fluid. You don't know who could drop out of the top
Impossible.
6. Would you have thought that Ange Postecoglou? Yeah, Ange
That's another
Postecoglou.
Rondo as well. I don't rate my man.
Oh.
Swear.
That's Let's go.
That's even a better
I
one.
don't
still.
rate
Yeah, this is
I
a
don't-
better one.
Wait, why didn't you rate Ange?
There's a couple managers that I don't rate.
Is
still,
it Arsenal
and I just
fan?
think,
Up there.
No, this is a good shout. I'm interested.
I said one stead next week.
Why didn't you rate Ange?
do you know what it is? Let me ask you man first before I go ahead. Yeah. What do you feel like Spurs' long term like aim is?
Top 4.
Stefan Rondo.
Top 4?
Top 4.
No, but obviously they've been like top.
I think their long-term aim is to win a major.
to win a
Well,
title.
to win a trophy. I think they're happy with any trophy.
I just think they're happy to get back into top.
No,
four.
that's
long
what I'm saying. So
term, they
again-
won a trophy.
Nah,
you think
they
about
don't
speaking to
keep-
Alfonso. Alfonso's desperate, even for just
That's
FA
him.
Cup. It's
No, but
it's
my
every
shout-
Spurs
my
Like
shout.
a cup competition.
Yeah,
not
like
a major though.
No,
but
not a
yeah.
major. I don't think they need a major. If they came third and won an FA Cup, for instance, this year, they'd
Yeah,
be
that's
over the moon.
that's their aim.
Yeah, that's what I say. So a cup. So I
I don't
think
know,
to
man.
get back into the top 4 and
me
get a cup.
personally, I always feel like they're going to be chasing. They're chasing a dream in it of winning a title at the end of the day. That's what I feel like they're trying to get to. And my shout is based on that. I think he definitely has the possibility to win, let's say like an FA Cup or a Carabao Cup.
Yeah.
But because Spurs haven't done that for so long, that's now an overrated achievement. If we're being honest, bro.
Is
Like
it-
Leicester have won that,
Okay,
Wigan have
let me
won
give it a
it.
go.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Swansea
Yeah.
have even won a Carling Cup. Like, it's
A
not-
long time ago.
yeah, but it's not something that you shouldn't be able to do, innit?
Yeah,
do you know what I
yeah,
mean?
okay,
So
go on.
if we're talking about like taking Spurs to the point where, they're going to be able to challenge the Arsenals, the Cities, the Liverpools at
Yeah,
the top of the
yeah.
table and obviously basically go over the final obstacle,
Yep,
which I feel like
yep.
is obviously the hardest one. I don't think he's going to be able to do that. And
Why?
evidence of that from that Chelsea game in which he was so naive.
Okay,
And
fair.
obviously everyone gassed it after, but in reality,
I thought
I
that
still
was
don't.
shocking.
I feel like a lot of managers they get to the point where you can coach an attacking system, and the football looks nice and you're scoring goals. Of course, everyone wants to see that, But critically, once people realize that you're a good team in this league and they start to give you respect, are you now going to be able to deal with the problems that they are going to give you? And
Or like
counter
deep
with you?
blocks and stuff
Yeah,
like this.
and I think after obviously this first season, we'll be able to analyze whether he's able to adapt to that. But I still don't really feel like he's good enough to get to that particular level. Where it's
To-
like,
I mean,
to get
one
to-
thing I will say in defense of whatever his name is, yeah. One thing I will say,
Call him Big Ange.
Big Ange, is that obviously like Tottenham lost their main talisman at the beginning of the season, and obviously he's come in, he's doing an okay job so far. Do you know what I mean? Like they're playing good football and whatnot. He's kind of like set in stone an identity to which they can now kind of like build off and, you know what I mean, go on to whatever the next level is for them. So in terms of like taking over a club in a massive transition period where your main talisman has got and kind of like keeping them in and around top 4 and
done a
whatnot,
good
I
job.
feel like he's done good so far.
Yeah, he's even lost his
but I
the
said-
talisman that came on this season, like Madison. That came
But that's
in
what I'm saying. Like, my shout is not. It's not that he hasn't done a good job so far. It's
But it's
I
just
just
that he
don't
can't
think
get
he's
to
gonna be
that
able to
next
get
level.
to that top level. Like
Fair.
for where Spurs are trying to get to. It's the
I
same
hear
kind of
that,
with like
but
with
I'm not sure.
Newcastle.
I'm not
Spurs ain't
sure.
trying to get
I feel
there.
like some Spurs fans say they want to win a major, but I'm not sure they can. I hear
They don't
that.
believe it.
I don't think he's got the ability to
but
win a
my thing
major.
is, like,
But I
obviously-
ask, does he have enough resources to
Okay,
do
so
so?
let me ask you this here. You see, like when Spurs are finishing top 4, like back to back, like how they were maybe like 5 seasons ago on the Poch or whatever. Yeah, like,
yeah.
obviously the aim from that point is to get to that major spot. Yes or no?
I think so, but I feel like they would have been happy if he just won a trophy.
I don't know. I think after a certain amount of time, they're gonna look at Ange and say, "All right, cool. You know, it's either we push for, you know, someone that's gonna be able to take us to a title, or we're just gonna settle with what we have." And I don't think they'll settle.
Fair enough. I think they should settle,
know?
but affairs.
And I think it's the same with like Newcastle
Settle,
with
bro.
Eddie Howe, innit? Like them man, they could finish top 4 by all means, but
Settle.
who's gonna take them to like? Who's gonna take them to a potential title?
Nobody.
title
They
challenge?
should settle. They should settle.
It's only a little-
I don't
No,
know,
you're
man.
wrong.
That's all right.
I don't know about
Cool. I got
one.
one still.
that. Go on.
Watch it.
I can't lie, yeah.
Watch it. If it's about
You man tell me,
if
yeah.
it's a,
I feel like let me turn it back to green.
don't
as
let this
well.
be about Salah.
No, it's not about
Okay.
Salah. No, I feel like Ross Barkley's been the best midfielder in the league.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if that's a Rondo, but that's my opinion.
I mean, I'll tell you who it's not been.
I feel like is that a Rondo or not? I don't know.
It's not been
Has to be
105
the
million.
best midfielder in the league.
I feel like he's been the best. Think about it.
The best midfielder in the
So
league.
if you think about this competition, right? Madison been amazing. Obviously got injured now.
How many Luton games you watched?
Odegaard. Yeah, I ain't watched Bears, but I watched him.
How many? Like, what games can you remember?
What
Or you
games I
just
can
watching
remember?
highlights?
No, I watched him against Liverpool. I watched him against City. I watched him against Arsenal.
Chelsea as well.
And I watched him against Chelsea. I think it's those games, to be
So
honest.
you watched 4 games, yeah?
Yeah, I think it's those. No,
And they've been at home for all of them.
I've obviously seen the other ones, but you see me.
Those are hard games for Luton.
Yeah.
No, but what I'm trying to say, before
Yeah.
I'll let you go, yeah, but
Yeah,
what
yeah.
I'm going to say, somebody like Ross Barkley, yeah, where it's like you're a skills man, take on players and whatnot,
Yeah.
playing on a small pitch like Kenilworth Road, where it's like
Let's
you can
say
beat
yeah.
one player, then I can beat the next player, then I can make a pass.
basically
It
on
suits
the
him
box.
perfectly.
Yeah.
Yeah, then you're on the box, yeah. It just
But
looks
still,
crazy.
I
bro.
just feel like I get that, and to be honest, those 4 games are the ones that stick into my mind. I feel like I've seen maybe a couple other Luton games, but those are the ones that I probably remember. But you just deeper, yeah, right? Madison obviously was amazing. Went off, has had an injury, so we can't really put him as midfielder of the season. Odegaard for me started off a bit slowly.
Been terrible.
I think he's been all right since. And then KDB has obviously not been about. There's been a couple of other midfielders who've done pretty well. But Ross Barkley, for me, yeah, I can't lie. This Renaissance tour, I'm locked in.
But then,
when I'm watching it, let me just finish. When I'm watching this guy at Kenilworth Road, and I'm seeing him drop 360s, drop shoulders. Bro, there's times he's playing big clubs for Luton. He's playing against Arsenal. He's playing against Chelsea. He's playing against Liverpool. And he's going, it's just me. I'm going to carry them.
With
And he's
freedom.
going head to head
I don't
against
know
their
about that.
midfield. I can't lie, I've been locked in. I feel like in terms of entertainment, in terms of if you really deep the context behind his
Entertainment.
performances,
But that's what I was gonna ask
he's
you.
been the best midfielder in the league this
Yeah, but
season.
that-
It's
you see
been
when you're saying-
fantastic.
see when you're saying the
Ross
best, though?
Barkley, let me just hold that. Ross Barkley for England. Put him in that first team
Hey.
position.
Ross Barkley and Curtis Jones,
Ross Barkley for England, bro.
Ross
I'm
Barkley
locked
and
in,
Curtis
bro.
Jones.
I'm locked in. That's
Again,
my
though,
guy.
You see, when you're saying the best midfielder, are you
Yeah.
talking about in terms of like the highest quality, or are you just talking about in terms of context? Because
Performance.
That doesn't make sense.
Performance
bro.
because of
Come on,
context.
man. Like, how has he been better than Foden, for example?
Foden's been really good, to be fair. So he's one. It's quite hard to argue. After Foden, second.
So he's second now. So we're
Second,
just gonna
yeah.
go through midfielders that are better than him. What about Paqueta?
Hey, I'm getting Same level. I got them same level.
Absolutely not.
Bro, he's playing for Luton, bro. Bro, the man is battling
West
by
Ham just
himself.
lost Declan
And
Rice.
he's out here.
Paqueta's just holding it
No,
down
I
in that
don't care.
midfield, bro.
I don't care.
You
I
get
don't
me?
care.
I'm not hearing that,
Paqueta's
bro.
got good players around him. What are you saying? He's got
You think
Kudus.
Ross Barkley's been
He's got
better than Paqueta
Ward-Prowse,
this
he's got
season,
good
man?
players.
Come
Yes,
on,
I
man.
think
I
it'll be the
wouldn't
same
say
level.
My
Don't
Rondo's
be
about a
silly now.
midfielder as well.
Oh, you got one.
It's about another midfielder though.
All right,
Somebody who I think doesn't get enough of the enough plaudits. And I think when we're talking about the number 6 position, I think we always talk about Declan Rice, we talk about Rodri, Obviously, Bruno G comes into conversations, but I think Kamara at Aston Villa
Okay.
deserves some praise.
Nice one.
I think he's somebody who goes under the radar a bit. Obviously, like Douglas Luiz, John McGinn, obviously, like they get a lot of the praise and whatnot. But in terms of like being a pure like kind of like holding midfielder and being able to like break up play, then like good pass selection and whatnot, I think Kamara is always consistent at that, and I think he's vital to that Aston Villa system. Yeah, in terms of the job he does, I think he's key to it.
I think he's been really good.
I agree, yeah, but the only thing
I think he's been the third best 6 in the league.
Okay, I hear you.
Wait. Just before you come in, top 3. What's the top 3 then?
Declan Rice, Rodri, and then Kamara.
So, firstly, he's been better than Pellegrini, yeah? Cool. And the second question is...
He's been better than Pellegrini this season, 100%.
I'm hearing you, I'm taking you. And obviously, you got Basuma there, you got other guys in the league that obviously have done all right. You know what I'm saying? No, it's cool. But the only thing is when I've watched Villa, like, defensively, I'm still not 100% convinced by the way that they closed down certain setups. Obviously, like when they played Arsenal, for example, there was no real like pressure on the ball. I think obviously you watched the Man City game, right?
Is that not a system thing?
I mean, yeah, but then at the same time, like then you can't really say that he's a key part of that. If his main job is defending,
okay,
like you know what I'm saying? Like we're looking at a pure defensive 6, and I still feel like there's gaps in like their midfield, and it's still easy to play over the defense. So how does that really like make sense?
Because I think we all know the way that Emery likes to play. Like it's a bit high intensity, like a lot of counters and whatnot. And I feel like a lot of the time, like the space gets vacated in the midfield where he kind of like fills the gap and is able to kind of like have a presence in that midfield. I think a lot of the work he does goes unnoticed throughout games, but in terms of his overall positioning, being able to like just be the all-round 6 and break up play and then distribute passes, I think he's been the third best in the league.
When Villa are pressing, he's really good. But Villa do this weird thing where they only press for portions of the game, but they hold their line throughout the whole night.
That's what I'm trying to say. Like the midfield doesn't really press. Like you can't. Like you don't.
They do in parts.
No, but I think
John McGinn and Douglas Luiz don't press.
They do in parts, bro.
But my thing is like
that's a high press.
No, but they have portions of the game where they don't press.
But again, like what formation do you think Villa play? Because it's not a 4-3-3.
It's a slanted 4-3-3.
It's a 4-2-3-1.
So it's basically like there's 2 in there, isn't it? So you're saying like pure 6 again. He's not playing the lone 6 role.
Playing the lone 6.
I don't know. This is a bit of a weak argument.
But
that's my personal opinion.
Fair. All right, guys, we do have to move on. I don't think we're gonna have time to do like best debuts. Maybe we'll hear one because I feel like I know someone's got a funny one, but we'll do best genres and worst genres of footballers. Has anyone got any?
Best genres, low sock footballers still.
Yeah.
Shout out Daniel Sturridge.
I love it.
You know what I'm saying?
Wait, give us the examples.
I said Daniel Sturridge. I feel like you really like. I wouldn't say kick-started it, but you were a real like icon in that particular category.
Okay.
Obviously, Jack Grealish, BLS, obviously, really rated his thing. Iwobi is iconic, but I wouldn't say he's like hold on. You see when you talk about low sock ballers though. Like,
he embodies what a low sock baller is.
Like he definitely comes into your head.
Fair.
Like if I was to ask you about
say Thomas Muller next or something.
Oh, you might think Thomas Muller?
No, that's the
but you know what it is though? If I ask you about low sock ballers now, like who comes into your head? Like who's like the first?
Smith-Rowe, Grealish.
Smith-Rowe and Grealish at the moment.
Leon Bailey's a low sock baller now.
Yeah, no, a lot more people. Even I saw Trent today with the low sock. You know,
he's been on the low sock.
He's been on the low sock.
Man can have that one.
Low sock ballers, I like that. Still,
Low sock baller. I got one still, but best genre. Do you get me? A genre of footballer that I like. Yeah, you see tall strikers that can dribble. I don't know why. Maybe. So Kevin I feel Jones. Like, no, I feel like the ones that stick out to me are Isaac.
Yeah.
And Ibrahimovic. I don't know what it is, but just the way they're able to move while being that tall, I just have a special appreciation for it. I feel like Henry comes into it a bit, but because he was so physically superior, often he just uses pace. But like when I see Ibrahimovic and Isaac, when they maneuver out of like very tight spaces, being that tall, I'm like, I don't know, it's just good to watch. And not a lot of nines can dribble. I feel like I like nines that can dribble anyway. So when they're tall, it's like, no, that's special quality. So I just appreciate them type of ballers there.
Berbatov's a good one.
Yeah, another one. Yeah, he's another good shout in that area.
That's a nice one.
Any
I've
other
got
one?
two. I've got two categories. The first one, it's a little bit basic, but going back to that era of like the 10s who can just cook. Like they just take the game by the scruff of the neck. They can find the passes. So the Ozils, the Matters, even throw a Coutinho into there and whatnot.
Good era.
Them, that era there, it was just
serious
total
era
football.
Them real 10.
Real 10s.
Them, I'm playing in the hole.
I'm playing in the hole.
I'm playing in the hole. You know
they had number 10 on their
That's
back.
okay.
Yeah.
And they were just cooking.
Yo. That man said, I played in the whole.
Why you doing that, man? Hey, why you doing that? You know that's a football term. Hey, pause. All right, pause. All right, man.
And the other
guy's a
category,
bad guy.
the other category that I just love is just skillful and like technically brilliant fullbacks. Like the likes of Marcelo's, Dani Alves. Like even watching like the Trent versus Ben White, passing range off today.
Yeah,
it was
true.
lovely
It's
to
mad
watch.
still.
Ben White just spraying the balls, Trent doing his thing. But those types of like those purely like technical fullbacks where they take the ball under pressure. Sometimes there's a winger coming and closing them down, and they can beat the winger and then find a pass and whatnot. They can dribble. Them type of fullbacks.
I got time for that.
I think me and AA have always lacked. You know the strikers that just have brazy movement, bro, in the box, like the Cavani's.
Yeah.
You know the striker like fakes near post and then goes to the back post.
Oh, I love that.
That's
yeah,
so
yeah.
it's satisfying to watch, but it just also looks very intelligent.
I feel like Nunes has got a bit of it, but obviously he can't
Brother,
finish.
why would you say that?
He's got his movements.
but why would you
mad.
say that though? Like,
Yeah,
why
he's
would
got
you
mad
just-
No, but
movements.
that's what Nunes is meant to be. You know?
Yeah, he's got mad movement.
He's meant to be
He's
that,
meant to be that. But I think
Yeah.
it's always nice to see like a striker that is like very well respected. Obviously scores a lot of goals, but isn't necessarily like mad quick or he's mad strong. It's down to
Kane's
like
movement's real
intelligence and
good.
just cold finishing, innit? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I've got
Van
big
Nistelrooy,
respect for those. I think I've got to shout out the Rondo in terms of their Twitter. Shout out Joe. Joe runs our Twitter. No, 'cause I'm just saying they had worse genres of players. They did one in terms of midfielders that basically if they don't score, they don't really give anything else.
Bruno
They don't
Fernandes.
really midfield.
Don't do that.
So I think they were saying
that's a bit brazy.
do that.
like kind of the likes of Bruno Fernandes,
Don't do that to
Dele
my boy.
Alli. Who else was there?
I said Aaron Ramsey, but I don't agree with
Aaron
that.
Ramsey.
I mean,
so
Frank-
these are
Frank
midfielders that don't
Lampard is the
really
number one.
excel.
I'm not hearing
When you
that
talk
one
about actually midfielding and controlling the game, they don't really excel. And if they don't score,
Like
I don't think they give a lot.
like a certain Liverpool legend, no?
Steven Gerrard.
This guy's being
I hear that one though. I hear that one still.
I think another worst genre of players is this next generation of Spanish players where they've just remixed the names. You've gone from Xavi to Gavi, Pedro to Pedri, Fernando Torres to Ferran Torres, and they just haven't hit the heights that the previous generation has.
See the worst genre of players as well is the ones that look like they're cold technically. You know, like the João Felix is at Chelsea when they're doing braziness on the ball, but in reality, what are you actually doing in the game?
Well, they don't really do much.
Well, yeah,
for
what
you.
you actually did. Like
That's
technically,
like,
you're cold. Like you know, like when Caballos came to Arsenal, bare spins and this and that, but you're not really affecting the game.
that's
You know
how-
what I'm
Would
saying?
you say Enzo now?
No. I believe in Enzo still.
Okay,
I don't
very
agree with
good.
that
I was
still.
just asking.
I'm not gonna lie, that's how Ander Herrera had me fooled still.
Under Herrera.
Bro, because you come from playing that Bilbao game.
You watched Under Herrera and thought that he was.
No,
he was
obviously,
gonna-
when he first came to United, I only watched that
But
one
I don't think
Bilbao
you're
game
understanding the
against
genre that I'm talking about. You
No. He even wears the low socks. I thought we finally got a Spanish midfielder.
I feel like
nah.
another best genre that I wanted to just I think it's the last one that we'll have, but like wingers that just love going 1v1.
Yes.
I feel like I feel like it's
Raphael
a dying
Leao
up.
types.
Yeah, I feel like it's a dying up. We've got Doku now. I feel like he was one of the only in the Prem, but back in the day we had the CR7s, Adel Tarats. Do you know what I mean? Them real.
Where you in?
Tarat though, he loved it off the left. like these wingers that really want to say, yeah, it's me and you, like me and the fullback, and they actually wanted to. Rip
think
them.
in terms of
Giggs
today-
back in the day.
These are the names you're picking
No,
out.
but I think in terms of
Old
right
school
now,
When
you've
did
got-
you watch old school gigs? How old are you,
Obviously,
bro?
I didn't watch him, but his highlights, so you can see he's going right as fullback.
I think in terms of right now, you've got Doku, you've got Vinny, and you've got Raphael Leao. In terms of like just watching them as like pure wingers and like their ability to just go 1 versus 1 at a man every time, and you know that they're guaranteed going to beat their fullback. That's an elite type of player to watch right there. 100%.
That's what United heritage used to be built on. Now we got man
damn.
like Anthony.
Hard drive's not even got a lot of
I was gonna
space.
say
Yeah, but I think to be honest, we're kind of coming towards the end of the podcast. I don't think we'll do the kind of the debut and the fall off. I think it's been a good episode. Thanks to all.
It's been a messy episode.
Yeah, a little bit messy, man.
alright.
It's
What
this
happens
guy.
when Lesh is here, man?
It must be
You know
this
what I'm saying?
guy.
I didn't do. I just
Bro,
came to
you were
say my
chaotic
point.
today.
That doesn't usually happen. I'll say that.
What are you talking about?
I'm saying.
All right,
Just
man.
I had
Love
you
to
on-
all,
I had you on
man.
ropes
It just flows.
today.
I
We
let
let
guys
you
get
on
it.
ropes.
I had you on ropes.
You
today.
don't smile because you made
I
the
had you on
point.
ropes. That's why you're not happy. You're not happy because I had you on ropes.
You're smiling because
Raphael,
you made
Raphael,
you made
the hard drive's
a
gonna
couple
go out.
points and
The
you're
hard
just
drive's
smiling,
gonna go out.
You're not happy because I had you on ropes. Have you ever seen JD on ropes like this today? Even you were telling him to be quiet. Have you done that before?
But the thing is usually we'll talk about things that actually make sense.
Oh my
You get what I'm
God.
saying?
I beg end
You spent 10
All right,
minutes and
guys,
got
the
no
show's
clips.
over. Please like, subscribe, and all of that stuff. Thank you, man. We love you.